Hi everybody,
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we will be talking about House Guests from Hell. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see our videos as they come out.
Alright, so we have all had or heard stories of house guests who were just the worst kinds of people. Who took your homes, took advantage of your homes and your hospitality, left messes everywhere they went, and didn't apologize for it. So this game is all about those people.
And didn't apologize for it.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
The...
That's what really hurts my soul. Let's show you what it looks like. Alright, here is our board setup for House Guests from Hell. At the start of the game, we are going to get a house guest. This is a character who we are trying to entertain for a little while, but ultimately we want to run him out of town. So we've got Richard here. He's a sleepwalker who wakes up your household when he crashes into things and starts screaming profane words. Yeah, who wants that in their house? But while he's in town, he wants to visit the Fish Wrangler Island, go to the Swift Feet Ballet, and go to the Roadkill Tavern. So those are all spots on the board. All the characters kind of have a balance of, 3 different spots all over the board, so that way they have to travel all over the place. Every time you get to one of those entertainment destination spots, you're going to get one of these red tokens. As soon as you get one of these red, all 3 of these red tokens, you are then ready to go to the final stage, which is ultimately how you're going to get them out of town. So you've got this red bag. You're going to draw something from it. It's going to say, in this case, Richard, we want to get him out of here by, apparently going to the police station. So we're going to try to get him arrested, I guess. Also at the beginning of the game, in addition to the house guests themselves, we are going to get some dilemmas, some problems that our guest is going to cause for us, as well as some solutions. These solutions basically are going to be ways that we can kind of fix those dilemmas. Now, before we can ultimately send our house guests on their way, we have to complete all the dilemmas they have caused for us by thinking of creative solutions using those solution cards. But every turn, we're also going to be drawing more of those dilemmas and solutions. All right, so let's start off. Our first card here, the Biohazard Peril. Your guest started sneezing violently all over the house. All right, so we're going to look at our hand here. We've got some disinfectant spray, and we have to tell a little story. So, guess what? They sneezed all over the place. I had to follow behind them, and I had to spray the disinfectant spray all over everything they touched, and that way I sanitized the place. So one of the things our house guest wanted to do was go to the Swift Feet Ballet, which is right there. We're the orange player right here on start, so we're going to try to get there right away. So after we've made our story with the dilemmas and stuff, we're going to roll our dice. We're going to move our person that many pieces. So we've got 8 there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we made it. So we get to collect one of our tokens. So the game is going to continue like that. Basically, we're going to keep on drawing more and more of those dilemmas and solutions. We're going to have to use those solutions to creatively figure out how to solve those dilemmas, while also moving around the board, trying to, hit all the entertainment destinations that our house guest wants to do. Again, after we've hit all 3 of our destinations, that's when we draw our, from the bag to try to find their final destination, how we're going to get them out of town. At that point, we also stop drawing dilemmas. So then we still have to finish the game by getting to our final destination and having no dilemmas in our hand. We can still draw more of these solutions at the beginning of each one of our turns, and so that way you can kind of create, get more cards and more ammunition to use against those dilemmas. Because again, we have to get rid of all those dilemmas before we can win the game. So the first person to reach their final destination with having 3 of those entertainment destination tokens and having no dilemmas in their hand is going to win the game.
I really enjoyed the artwork, the hand-drawn artwork on the dilemma and the solution cards, and there's so much of them. It was like all these prints that you could choose from because they weren't all, it wasn't just the 2 decks, but all these really pretty, floral hand-drawn pieces of art on all these little cards, and I thought that was pretty.
So there's almost kind of like a pick up and deliver mechanism with the rolling and moving that you're doing around the board, trying to complete those objectives. I love pick up and deliver, so that was kind of neat to see that in this game.
And I thought that it was so it was kind of funny, these house guests, as Ryan mentioned earlier, these people. You all know that person who slurps the soup too loud and talks way too close to you without a mask. We all know those people. That should be like an expansion.
Right, Corona expansion.
And so it was kind of funny to see these cards when you could really relate to them because you've seen that person and you have interacted with that person in real life.
some of those, when you have those dilemmas and those solutions to those dilemmas, created some really funny, hilarious moments. You know, there's some giggles all over the place when you have things that just don't really make sense. Like you have, like, let's say, a solution card that's like hire a plumber, but the problem wasn't anything to do with that. It was like baking a cake or somebody snoring too loud or whatever it was.
The problem was baking a cake.
I don't know. The point is, you had two things that didn't match up, and you had to create some weird story in order to make that relevant. And everybody at the table was laughing. So I thought that was a pretty cool, really funny system. That being said, the two things that I talked about, the rolling and moving around the board and completing those objectives, and then the kind of the party game aspect of those solutions and dilemma cards, they almost felt like two different games. It's a little bit odd in a way. But we had a lot of fun with those solutions and those dilemmas. It almost felt like it could have been its own separate game, and it's probably how we're going to go play it a lot of times going forward. Is just let's bust out those decks of cards, pass some out, and have some laughs with some friends. But mixing that in with the moving around the board and all that kind of stuff for an hour and a half, it's probably not how we're going to play this game going forward. It's more fun to just have the laughs from the cards themselves.
Yeah, I think that if you're somebody who really enjoys just telling those really ridiculous stories, those trying to piece things together, and if you enjoy roll moves, this is something that you might want to check out.
All right, everybody, that's our thoughts on House Guests from Hell. Don't be that house guest. Be the house guest from heaven.
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow us in all the places. You can find us on Facebook under Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. You can find us on Twitter under Ryan and Bethany 1. And you can also find us on Instagram under Ryan and Bethany.
Everybody, thanks for watching. We will see you next time.
Bye.